Fluency English Podcasts. Friendship. Friendship is something we all experience during our lives. Some last for a few days, and some last for a whole lifetime. No matter how long they continue, they are inevitable parts of our lives. There are billions of people on Earth, so why do we feel closer to only a few of them? How do we choose our friends, or how do they prefer to be closer to us? Everybody may have different answers to these questions. However, there must be some special basis on which we establish strong emotional relationships with total strangers. Maybe we should search for an answer in our primitive selves. During the first years through which people walked on Earth without technological capabilities, human beings were not hunters, but just humble prey for other wild animals. What's more, there were other difficulties of the nature that they needed to fight against. In order to survive and fight their way through these obstacles, they needed to stand as one. They created communities and social links by which they helped each other. It was difficult to move a huge rock in front of a cave, and hence they acted together to carry it to the gate of a cave to create a barrier between them and the wildlife outside. In short, it didn't take much time for them to understand that they needed to each other to survive. We must have inherited this collaboration from our primitive ancestors. You might think that this utilitarian relationship is not valid anymore. People are not under the risk of being caught by a lion while they're driving to their offices in New York, nor are they dependent on another human being to survive in 2017. However, this is not the case. Our capabilities and skills are different than each other. Therefore, we still need another human being to continue our lives. A person can be a good shoemaker, but he still needs a doctor when he gets sick. A teacher is good at transferring experiences from one generation to another, yet this teacher needs a repairman to install his air conditioner on the wall. Again, you might say that this sort of a utilitarian relationship cannot be dubbed as friendship. Our primitive ancestors created many tools to fight against the forces of nature, and after a while, they also discovered that they did not need another human being to survive. In that very moment, they also figured out that the only human beings they needed around them were their family members. By instinct, they wanted to continue their kin. However, they still needed other people to have a luxurious way of life. They did not need other people to survive, but they were still in need of other people to build an apartment or to hunt down huge animals. Teamwork was the key for a better life. In other words, their friends provided the necessities of a better life to them. This is the part we cannot deny. Our friends make the world better for us. Today, we do not need friends to protect ourselves from wild animals. Nevertheless, we still look for a shoulder to cry on when we have problems with our girl or boyfriends. You cannot shout out some words to your boss's faces, but you can utter any word you like after you have a couple of drinks with a friend at a bar. In other words, the needs of the modern world have changed a lot, but the need for a friend to ease the burden has remained the same. All the information about may end with the question why we have friends. Nonetheless, they do not provide satisfying reasons to the question how we determine the ones to feel close. This is a far more complex issue as we need to consider racial, religious, characteristic, linguistic, cultural, and political, and a lot many other points of view to understand how people establish emotional links between each other. In this perspective, you may think that people feel close to the ones whom they consider close to themselves in terms of personality or other factors mentioned above. However, research has put forward the fact that people generally pick their friends, at least their best friends, from the other pole. An atheist might have lots of atheist friends, yet his best friend is usually a strict believer of God. A girl who thinks that she should have her first sexual experience with her future husband hangs out with another girl who feels free to savor the moment. As there are many other examples, the real evidence would be your own friendships. Now close your eyes and consider your besties. Don't you think that they are exact opposites of yours? In many ways, they are. The reasons behind this fact are not so difficult to comprehend. First of all, friends complete each other. You should always check your decisions with another perspective which is quite different than yours. Furthermore, there are a lot more to share with a person who is totally unlike you. Two people who are always on the same side would always think the same and do the same, which gets boring after some time. Nevertheless, a person who is totally different than you means a challenge in every step you take. This is the main issue that makes a friendship exciting. Bad ideas make the best memories. A friend who offers something you consider as a bad idea would give you one of your best memories no matter what the consequence is. As a last word, we should create the basis of a friendship on two reasons. First of all, a friend should serve to a benefit of yours. This may be a good listener or a mentor who gives you valuable advice. A person who deals with the difficulties you face and helps you to find a way out. This may also be a person who supports you with your daily needs like cleaning your flat or taking your dog out for a walk. Second, a good friend is a person who is unlike you. A good friend should be a person who would provide you with a different perspective. A person who has the capability to convince you to do something which feels uncomfortable or even weird sometimes. This is how you would break through your prejudices and experience something new.